Hey guys, this is Lion of Judah from the Guild 7 from Thunderhorn server. So glad to be with you in another video. And today's video is going to be about relationships in MMO gaming. Now, I'm not talking about the relationships you develop with your significant other, a waifu, whoever it is. No, I'm talking about your relationship with your comrades, with your boys, with the gang, the entourage of people that you play with when you're on your computer. And for me personally, just like I think any kid my age would be, pretty much started in the 90s, with Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Super Mario Brothers, and the one fundamental thing that I've never forgotten is that it's always cool to play by yourself, but it's always that much more epic to play with others. And that's pretty much what the crux of this video is about. In World of Warcraft right now, people, have been clamoring for, the vanilla servers. And ultimately, yes, they want vanilla servers, because of gameplay and all that stuff. But I think a huge part of that is because back in that time, there was so much community. There was so much people willing to lend a helping hand and willing to teach and mentor others. And I think, that's really what people have been clamoring, and I made a video earlier on the whole toxicity of, how WoW is just, it's toxic, and I feel like people are just clamoring for just real human interaction and not just the trolls you find on the trade chat or just people that, the internet bullies that are all tough guys and think they can, kick your ass even though they're in Utah or they're in, the Bermuda Triangle, I don't know, just wherever, and they just want to be that tough guy because, you're a scrub for doing, anything less than 150 billion damage per second. But, really for me, I've been in my guild for almost going on 8 years, and I've stayed in my guild, for a number of reasons, but the main reason is because the people that are in this guild just enhance who I am. They just make, me as a player better, but also I feel as a person. And a lot of times you just have to be true to yourself. People, I've seen people guild hop from guild to guild to guild to guild because, they really treat gaming as, I just want the best gear or I just want the best, thing, achievements or whatever, mind you. And they don't care who they play with, and it's sad. It's very sad. For me, I was in a top, back in the day, it was a top heroic progression guild. And I'm not going to mention who they are, but at the same time, it was very stressful for me because I consider myself a pretty casual player. I mean, I can be hardcore, but as soon as the hardcore mode turns on and people are yelling and then threatening to be benched and yes, I know that's, what it takes to be, the top, progression, but that's just not for me. Like, I can do it, but I will not enjoy doing it. And the thing is that that's what you have to find in a guild. You have to find a guild that you just enjoy being in. You feel a part of, and there's so many guilds that I know or people in guilds that I know that are in a guild and they're happy to be like the banner, like, oh, I'm in, this guild or that guild. But they're not a part of it. They're just like, a person in the darkness corner of the background, just, oh, I'm in this guild, but no one in that guild really interacts with that person. And, that's sad, like, I don't know how people can tolerate that. I don't know how people can take that. But for me, like, it's always important to play with people that make you laugh, that, make you try harder, that make you do better, that spur you to do better. And, that's what happens, like one of my friends, he's a huge Call of Duty guy, and, he plays with one of my other friends, and they play all the time, you know what I mean? And it's so weird how if one of them has the day off and the other one's at work, like, they're just like, I guess I'll just, because he'll play for like 5 minutes and it's just not the same, And I feel like, there's people that are loners, and that's cool, you know what I mean? It's cool to be a loner. But you can't be a loner in an MMO. I mean, that's just not how it works, Like, you have to play with others, and you're pretty much forced to in a game like World of Warcraft now. If you're looking for the LFR, LFG, the pre-made group finder, you're gonna have to play with others. But my recommendation is don't play with the randoms and the baddies that are in those pre-mades and LFRs. Find yourself a guild that you just enjoy playing with. And hey, if you want to do LFR because you're that bored, then hey, go ahead. But all I'm saying is, like, find a group of people, find, people that, accentuate the type of person you are to a higher level. And I think for me, the reason why I like this guild so much is because, there's always three main subjects that we talk about when we're in Vent. And one of the main subjects is, of course, World of Warcraft, which is like, how can WoW become better? Like, what ideas? And that's why I do the campfire discussions, because this is the things that we talk about pretty much on the daily. The other thing we talk about all the time is movies. Oh my God, we can talk about movies hour-long conversations about movies. And if we're not talking movies, we're talking anime. And that's really the three things that we talk about all the time. And I don't know, it's just, you have to find a guild that you have to feel like you belong. You can't just, be in a guild where, the guild itself already created a name for itself, and, the main raid group is just an elite, entourage of people, and you're not a part of that, but you're just still in the guild, and maybe you talk to one or two people in that guild, but, you just have to find a guild where you truly feel like you belong. And, when it comes to people and making relationships in these games, I mean, you have to be a good person. I mean, and everyone, I want to say in my heart, everyone is roughly a good person. It's just, it doesn't translate well once it goes onto the internet, because like I said, people start to develop their own personas. People like to be known as the funny guy or making fun of others. Or you have people that are just, pretty shy, and it's hard for them to open up. But hey, you're surrounded by your own room. Like, I'm in my room right now. You know what I mean? I feel comfortable here, and I think, like I said, it's just finding a group of people that, maybe all you do is read comic books all day. You know what I mean? And everyone in your guild, all they talk about is like crocheting and knitting. I don't know. Maybe you're in in the 50s plus guild, talking about like, bingo and all this stuff. I don't know. I'm making a really crazy observation, but I'm just saying you have to find a guild that somewhat caters to, the kind of person you are and what you do. If you're an adventurous person, then you have to be in a guild with adventurous people that talk about their adventurous things about, going, base jumping, rock climbing, whatever, You have to find that group of people. And let me tell you, they are out there. Every genre of people is out there. And especially in a game like World of Warcraft, you can meet so many people if you just come across as a decent person. Not as like the most, Mr. Rogers, let me be your neighbor type of thing, but just be a decent, not even a decent person. Because let me tell you, in a game like World of Warcraft, it's hard to find even decent people nowadays. And that's why people just associate with their own guild, and they don't want to branch off, because others that are like not branded under a guild, or they want a guild hop from somewhere else, like, it's just that fear of like, I don't want you to create toxicity where I am. Because right now in our guild in 7, we have no toxic behavior. We have no drama whatsoever. And the last thing we need is to invite someone into the guild that all they're going to do is create that. And we don't want that, But I think every person, in World of Warcraft has experienced the type of toxicity that could happen within a guild and the strife that could happen within a guild, And like I said, this video is basically just about you finding that particular group of people and not giving up, I mean, Legion's right around the corner, it's going to happen, and hey, this is a little caveat to my next video, my next video, 7 is going to be opening up its doors, and guess what? You're invited in those doors. And if you want to be a part of my guild on 7, on Thunderhorn, piss me an invite, just whisper me, whatever. And we can see what we can set up. If you just want to be in the guild and want to be surrounded by the people that we are, hey, great, but if you want to be in our main raid team, we're going to have to conduct an interview. We need to see where you've come from. We need to see the type of experience you have. And hey, even if you don't have experience, even if you just come across as a decent person, we'll be willing to basically give you a chance. And ultimately, I think that's what people need to do more, is give people chances. But at the same time, you as the individual need to be able to be a decent person. You need to just set aside whatever is, going on at home, your own personal situation, whenever you get on, World of Warcraft or any game, put all that stuff aside. Whatever happened at work, whatever happened, in your personal life at home, whatever happened, with your kids, with your wife, strife or any of those crazy things. When you're in that game, just breathe and have a good time. I mean, that's what gaming's all about, is having a good time and enjoying yourself. And I think we can do that. And like I said, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up for me, please. That'll be so amazing. And if you really like my content and you want to subscribe to it, then you know what? Hit that subscribe button. That'll help me out greatly for my future videos, so you can keep yourself updated. And like I said, the next video will be about 7 opening up its doors, and it's going to be basically a recruiting video and just kind of giving you an insight to what we do here at 7 and what kind of guild we are. And there's actually going to be a guild series that I'm going to put, in my main page of my YouTube channel, that we're going to conduct interviews with our, well, not certain guildies, but pretty much a lot of our main raiders. So that way, you can't just get my personal opinion on how I feel about my guild, but you can get their opinions as well. So if you're kind of indecisive, or you're like, well, I don't know about this guy, this Legend guy, I don't know. Well, you know what? We're going to have interviews, so that way you can see not just my perspective, but everyone else in 7's perspective. So like I said, thank you so much for tuning in. You have a great day, and I will see you guys later.